yesterday morning at this time, we told you all about how it appeared that the federal government was monitoring everybody who has a Verizon phone. Well, now, as it turns out, they're monitoring everybody in the United States if you use a phone. Not only that, they're also monitoring what you do on the internet, and they're monitoring what you do with your credit card.
Do they know what I'm thinking?
They can think.
They think they do.
Maybe. It just goes to show you that in the name of trying to keep us all very safe, Uncle Sam turns out to be Big Brother.
It's all part of the Patriot Act, and they say the prison program is now into play. And what Steve was referring to is not only phone programs, but things like major organizations like Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, Apple. I didn't even know what Pal Talk was, but YouTube, I do know, and AOL and Skype. They have a way of monitoring that in one central location. I can't see this being a human situation where humans are going, okay, Doocy's on Facebook again. Carlson has just hung up with her aunt from across the street. Do you have an aunt lives across the street?
No,
okay.
but, you know, if I ask my husband to bring home the milk, I'm sure they're very interested.
Right, milk again? How much are they having? Shouldn't they get fat-free? Or
1% for kids.
1%. A lot of people really feel you should have 2% because they do need some of the nutrients. But the best is for you, breast milk. If you're an infant.
My gosh. Where is this discussion?
Well, what I'm trying to
see what you're looking at.
Oh my God.
Well, but here's the deal.
More importantly, where's his cup? What's he drinking?
What I'm trying to say is Brit Hume actually tweeted this out. He says it's so voluminous and so widespread that Americans really should not, and I paraphrase, be worried about this because you got computers working to keep us safe.
Well, here's the thing. I think that this is an extension, some people calling an excessive extension of the Patriot Act, including the guy who wrote the Patriot Act, which would become
Jim Sensenbrenner.
Jim Sensenbrenner from Wisconsin. He knows a lot about milk. Anyway, the two major questions for me this morning are, who would leak this information and why? That would be the first question.
Well, I was just glad the president didn't say, I found out about it on news reports.
Well,
he actually knew about it.
The other big question for me, and we touched on this a little bit yesterday, is if this administration does not believe that there currently still is a war on terror, then why are they doing this?
Well,
why are they doing it in a more extensive overreach of what President Bush was doing that they highly criticized, if in fact there is no war on terror? That is the question to ponder today.
And by the way, why is the Boston bomber getting through? Why aren't we tracking him? Hey, 1-800-CHECHNYA, is that a problem, anybody?
Well, apparently the system didn't work in that particular case. And Gretchen, we do know the answer to who leaked it.
Who?
According to the Washington Post, it was a career intelligence officer who wanted to expose what he believed to be a gross intrusion of privacy, because he said, quote, they couldn't quite literally watch your ideas as you type. The problem is, given all the other scandals out there right now, do you trust the federal government? Here's Dr. Krauthammer.
If you are going to give the government the leeway to collect all that information, and I think if you're looking in a world of terrorism, you have to have a modicum of trust in the people who administer it, that it will be done openly, fairly, and in a way that's even-handed. And once you get the impression from IRS, from the AP scandal, the other scandals, and the fact that this administration stonewalls and prevaricates a lot on other issues like Benghazi, then you've lost that trust, and then the NSA stuff becomes really scary.
I think President Obama owes another salute to President Bush. Everything that President Bush put in place that the President Obama, at the time when he was candidate Obama, said was an overreach, and you can't, there's got to be a way to mix the liberty with security. Everything that the president has done from Gitmo on down, this president has kept in stock.
That is so ironic, and I remember interviewing Laura Bush when a couple of years after the president had left office and asking that exact question. How does the president feel now, President Bush, about the fact that he was so highly criticized by then-candidate President Obama about all of his policies, and he hasn't changed any of them. In fact, he's made them more excessive. Here is when he was a senator, that is. Here's President Obama when he was a senator, back in 2005.
And if someone wants to know why their own government has decided to go on a fishing expedition through every personal record or private document, through the library books that you read, the phone calls that you've made, the emails that you've sent, this legislation gives people no rights to appeal the need for such a search in a court of law. No judge will hear your plea. No jury will hear your case. This is just plain wrong.
And that's the kind of rhetoric he had until he became president of the United States. And then, to Brian's point, he realized, wait a minute, this stuff they say works, so we better keep going with it.
Here's the exact quote, Steve. Surveillance policies of George Bush puts false choice between liberties we cherish and the security we provide.
Sure.
What was